Hello and welcome to Ed Talk TV, Conversations Worth Having. I hope you guys are having a great day. It's Thursday. If you're watching us live, you might be catching us on the replay, and that's okay. Either way, make sure that you're popping into the comments right there, down below. Yep, right there, and at least say hello. Do more if you can, but say hello at least. Hey, Tammy. See, Tammy knows what's up. Does that right away, right when we're talking about it. Love it. If this is your first time joining, welcome. My name is Ed. I'm your host, and I am a business development and tech expert, and basically I just help you get your life right. And this is a business talk show. We talk about business, tech, and the user experience. You might as well go ahead and tag your friends, share this out, love it up, all of that good stuff, because you're in for a good ride, especially today, because we're going to talk about the 6 ways that you can keep your employees. Now, you're probably thinking, okay, but Ed, if I'm a single entrepreneur who doesn't have employees, does this apply? Yes. This is a big topic. And if you're thinking, okay, but I work a 9 to 5 and I don't manage employees, does this still apply? Yes, because it affects you. And your chances are you're thinking the same thing I was when I was at a 9 to 5. And this conversation is something that is across the board. It works for all of us. And it's one that I actually had today. So I wanted to bring it to you guys. Plus, in random news today, we have something that ties in perfectly with today's topic. And I'm really excited to share this with you guys. So we'll talk about that in a second. So we talk about random news, then we go into our regular topic. At any point, even if you're watching the replay, always be sure to comment. That's the big thing. I don't care if you share and love and tag people. That's all extra and great, and I hope you do. But if nothing else, at least comment. Hey, Paula, welcome, because that's the biggest thing. And here's the other thing, you guys, real quick for keeping you guys posted on things. If you want to make sure that you never miss out on the show, there's 2 things that you need to do. One is put it in your calendar. Yeah, your calendar. Don't worry, yes, go ahead, follow, and see first on my page here if you're watching me on Facebook. But at the bare minimum, put it in your calendar. Put it on repeat, Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Put that timer 10 minutes before 4 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Boom, you get a notification. You can pause what you're doing and turn on Ed Talk TV. Because Facebook's going to hold us back. So there's just that, because we don't pay for ads. So all of this is organic. Hey, Mickey, welcome. So be sure to do that and to educate your following, your audience as well. That's the first thing. Second thing, I'm going to go ahead and pop this into the comments for later. Checkwithed.com is where you'll want to be. Hey, Anita, you'll want to be later. That's going to have everything you need to know, including joining my news list. I said newsletter, email list. It's free. I send you a weekly recap of all of the episodes and put in a few extra notes and things like that. So keep that in mind. Hey, Whitney, welcome. So today we're going to talk about 6 things that you can do to keep your loyal employees. And even if you don't have employees, this is still something you should pay attention to for your business. But then also you can kind of hint to your managers and to your fellow higher ups that, hey, check with Ed. He knows what he's talking about. So we're going to get into that. Before we do, we'll do random news, which I'm excited about this one because you guys, I think, are going to really like this. It's really bam, really good. And then also, I'm curious, did you guys notice, for those who follow me all the time here, that I scheduled this broadcast? So I was playing around with it because food for thought. We always talk about testing and seeing what works, what doesn't. We used to always schedule our broadcast, and then we kind of stopped because it seems like Facebook doesn't really favor that. And then I've done it both ways. And so I saw my reach go down when I scheduled it. Well, today I decided, let's try it with scheduling. So apparently that worked well because it's only 5 minutes into the broadcast and we already have a decent audience, where normally it takes a little bit longer for it to roll out. So maybe it works, maybe it doesn't, maybe it just depends on the day. Maybe Facebook's just like, hey, we're going to toss you a bone today. I don't know, but we're going to roll with it, and I'm glad you guys are here. So, random news, let's jump into that. Did you know that there is history being made in the New York Stock Exchange? Take a look at this. We have Stacey Cunningham, who is the first woman to run the New York Stock Exchange. How awesome is this? Reading this article, and we're going to kind of run through this article because it's so important to all of us, man or woman, business owner or not, this is still all relevant, and it's conversations worth having, right? So, first woman in history to be at the New York Stock Exchange president. She what is currently the chief of operating officer over there, and will replace Tom, who is the 67th president of the exchange. She's only 34, from what I gather right here. It says the 34-year-old got her start at the stock exchange as an intern. Do you guys realize that? She's only 34. She's going to be the first woman president. Like, I'm not trying to put any of us, like, to the wayside, because, some of us are about that age, some are a little younger, some are a little older, but we're not playing the comparison game because we're all on our own path and we're doing our thing. So if anything, this is to inspire us to keep moving forward. But she started as an intern. She's now 34, and she is going to be the first woman president of the New York Stock Exchange. Now, this is huge. I will tell you, actually, here's a fun fact. It was my 25th birthday. I'm not going to try to even do the math in terms of what year that was, but it was shortly, I don't know if it's even shortly after 9/11, but anyway, when I was in New York for my 25th birthday, I actually was in Rockefeller Center doing the ice skating ring, and because it was around Christmas, and we actually had somebody behind us, awesome guy, who he was with his kids, and something happened, and we kind of turned around, and then we started talking. Well, he worked at the New York Stock Exchange, and he invited us, my friends and I, to call him up during that week that we were there to bring us onto the New York Stock Exchange floor, and he gave us a tour. We got little badges and everything. It was super cool, and I got to go all around the New York Stock Exchange. It was an awesome experience. Shout out to my New Yorkers, East Coaster at heart here, and I love you guys. I'm a West Coast born and bred, but I'm an East Coaster at heart, and I love you guys because New Yorkers are some of the friendliest people you guys will ever meet, and I know a lot of you are like, what, Ed? That's weird, because everyone says that New Yorkers are mean and stuff. No. They just got things to do, and they don't have time to be wasting. So you just got to get to the point and not give them a whole roundabout story, So shout out to my East Coasters. So this is a really exciting time for everyone, and I love how they made it bold. She started as an intern, because we all got to start somewhere, and starting at the bottom, now she's here, right? Hey, starting at the bottom, now we're here. So then, here's some fun facts about this, too. She actually left the trading floor. She stepped out of the floor, off the floor, and then what was interesting is she went into cooking for about 9 weeks, I think it was. But what I want to read here is why she left. The trading floor, this is a quote for those who are listening, the trading floor back then was still entirely manual, but the market had moved past that, and we hadn't yet made that transition to combining technology with the floor. It felt wrong to me. If you don't give the people on the floor the tools they need to compete in a modern environment, they're not going to be successful. How many of you guys can relate? Whether it's in your job right now, you're a 9-to-5er, you're an entrepreneur, or you've been able to relate that at some point in time, how many of you can relate, even if you're watching the replay? It is those tools and resources that we always talk about that you need to have in your back pocket. You need to know. You don't need to know everything, all the ins and outs. You don't need to know that. All you need to know is where are your tools and resources, because you need to know how to use them. And that's why we talk about being a part of a community, whether it's free or paid. That's why, hey, Jennifer, welcome. That's why we talk about having those support systems, not just the community, but podcasts, books, classes, hiring consultants. Even if you are a consultant, even if you're the expert, you still need to have someone come in and help you. Trust me, we all do. And so knowing where your tools and resources are and how to use them, that will set you apart from everyone else. That sets you apart from the competition. And as you can see from, let's see, what is it? Stacy. From Stacy, she points it out right there, like, hey, You guys don't have what we need to get our job done? Peace. Like, we're not, I'm not in this game. It doesn't feel right to me, and it doesn't feel right to the customer, to the other people involved. And so that's what you need to understand, whether you're running your own business or you're working for a business, is that it is so important, especially today with technology, to incorporate it. It doesn't mean you have to get the most expensive program. It doesn't mean that you have to get the craziest, computer and all that. No, get something that is going to be functional and that gets the job done. Because here's the thing, and this happens a lot. I work with clients on this, and I've seen it in business before. Some people will go out, most people will go out and get the most expensive program because it's the most expensive program, and a lot of people are using it. Listen, if you don't know how to use the program and you don't hire someone to help you with that, what good is it? Doesn't matter how much money you spent on it. What good is it going to do you, your customers, and everyone else involved, right? And this is a big thing when it comes to, I'm speaking about business, and I consider nonprofits business as well. I'm talking to you guys who have nonprofits or no nonprofits. Again, you guys need to be sharing this out and talking to them and sharing the clips from this episode, because everyone needs to pay attention to this, including nonprofits. Nonprofits, you are a business. You need to act like a business. You need to understand, just like any regular business, you need to understand that it's important to have a tech person. It's important to have someone who is helping you with your sales, your marketing, your customer service. Customer service. I'm going to implement that again. Customer service and your tech. And yes, you may not like social media. Yes, you may not be up to date with Facebook and Instagram and posting and all this stuff. Then that's okay. You need to get somebody who is. Because at the end of the day, you need social media in order to survive. It's plain and simple. Just like you need a website, you need social media. And it doesn't mean that you have to do it. That's when you hire others to help you. You see how I did that? Me, you watching, the people in the comments, because all of you guys are commenting, that's what we need to be paying attention to. That's why you need to be looking at Facebook, particularly here, as your opportunity. Where are the people at? What are they saying in the comments? Who can you reach out to for help? Where can you go? All of that stuff applies. You guys, I'll try to get to your comments here as well. I'm in a roll. I'm in the zone, so I'm just rolling with it. So for Stacy here, she is doing awesome with that part. She did come back to the New York Stock Exchange, obviously, because now she's going to be president. But it was very interesting, and it was a 2-year hiatus that she took before she came back. And I'm just looking at the rest of the article. What's really interesting, and I'll drop this in the comments for you guys because I know some of you are going to want to read this, and there's a little video which I haven't watched yet. But she said in another quote, "I was a woman trader on the floor and I never thought about it. I never thought for a moment whether or not that could happen and whether or not that was an opportunity available to me." She said, another quote, "I think it's just really important to recognize that anytime a woman pushes the boundaries and redefines the boundaries, she redefines them for everyone else that follows her." Guys, we all have secret followers. They're the people that are watching right now that are not commenting. They're the people that are watching you and they're not commenting. They're also the people that are commenting but maybe not sharing your stuff, or that they're emailing you and not commenting on your broadcasts and things like that. We all have them. Understand that you're influencing them, that you are helping them, which is why you need to show up, deliver, and engage. That's why you're going to post things that are both personal and professional, and you're going to explain yourself. You know, I posted a personal photo and post on my personal Facebook page that it wasn't just the photo. It's what the photo represents and the work that goes behind it. And yes, I was talking about my personal journey with working out, but when you read it, you understand that it applies to anything that you're working on. Whether you're working on a project for your 9 to 5, for you personally, for your business as an entrepreneur, it doesn't matter. You can read those bullet points and be like, "Oh, that's me. Yeah, actually, that speaks to me." So understand that those are the types of things that you need to be doing to help your audience and to help your business. So that's part of Random News. Let me grab this link before I forget and pop it into the comments for you guys, because it's really cool. I'm really excited about that, as you can tell. Let me go ahead and quickly browse the comments real quick. Okay, perfect. Mickey says, yep, the right tools and resources are critical. So true, Mickey, so true. Jennifer says, love the topic, keeping loyal employees. Totally, Jennifer. Yeah, we need to get you on the show, Jennifer, to talk about the HR stuff, because this topic came up today, so that's why I wanted to go over these six things that I'm going to share with you guys here in just a minute, because it happened to me. It's happened to many others, and I'm sure many of you guys too. Right there. Jennifer says, can you be part of my employer's IT department? Tell me about it, Jennifer. Well, that's the other thing. I was talking about this to somebody else too, a few times actually, a few different people, is that people will ask me, Ed, can I hire you to be my tech guy and then, kind of help out with customer service and marketing and things like that? I'm like, yeah, of course. And sometimes there'll be situations where people feel like they can't hire someone for doing XYZ because they can't afford it. But you have to understand, you have to look at, well, what are they going to do for you? In my case, I just named off tech support, customer service, and marketing. That's 3 roles, 3 really good, strong roles rolled into one person that's going to help you. So you're almost like, as a business owner, you're almost like, well, it really doesn't matter the cost, right? Because I'm getting 3 for 1. I mean, it only makes sense. It just, you got to do the math. Whereas before, it was more like, okay, you just get one person for tech. You get one person, if you're lucky, for tech. You get one person for marketing, and one person maybe for a little bit of customer service and everything else. That's kind of how it used to be. Now, though, if you can find the right people, because, you'll have people that will say they can do it all and do it all, but maybe not as efficiently as they should and all of that. But if you get the right people with the right mixture, it can be done. And it will save you money. It may be a lot of money up front for you, but when you look at what you're getting on that return, there's no question that that's totally worth it and you're good. So we all have to do that. We all have to do that, especially when we're hiring. So don't try to go for that quick little, I only want to pay, a couple bucks an hour, or I only want to pay 15 or 20 bucks an hour. No, you got to look at what are you getting, what are you doing. And if you're an entrepreneur who's hiring a consultant to help you, know that it's not going to be hourly for the most part. It's going to be project-based, in that you have to be willing and open to accepting that it's going to cost you a few $1,000s, but understand, if it's the right person and the right investment, it's priceless. And they're going to make your life so much easier. You're going to be stress-free, or a lot less stressed. You're going to have customers raving about you, and you're going to see an increase in sales and your online presence. So it's really worth it. You just got to make sure that you, again, know the right tools, the right resources. And when I say resources, I'm talking about people in your circle. And whether that's me, you, Jennifer, Mickey, whoever in the comments, it doesn't matter. You have to do a little of the legwork, right? You have to first know that you need to be willing to be open to the idea. Then you have to research, and then you have to ask, and then you kind of have to, go into those conversations about pricing and seeing what you can do and go from there. I'm telling you this because I've done this myself, both personally for my health and then professionally for my business. We all do. Mickey says, your unique skill set is what makes you such a great friend. Friend too, I'm sure, but find. Thanks, Mickey. I appreciate that. Jennifer says, you can't afford not to hire good talent. Yes, thank you, Jennifer. That's a big one. That's a big one. You cannot afford to not hire good talent. Low productivity due to poor tech costs your company lots of money. It's so true, you guys. I will tell you, it is so true. And I've seen this both on a small scale level, one man, one woman shop, And I have seen slash heard these stories on like the high end levels, like we're talking like big companies, large companies. And it literally kills me inside, you guys, every time. Because I'm like, why? If you would have just come to me, I could have pointed you in the right direction, or we could have done this for half the price, or whatever. It's like, and I don't want. Let me just put that out there. I'm not trying to be the one and only. I'm not trying to have a bunch of clients where I'm running myself ragged. I'm not trying to be about that life. I just want to help so many people get their life right, both professionally and personally, because it all ties in together. So you have to go with those. You have to do your research, and you have to understand what are those people that you're looking at. What are their intentions? Are they passionate about what you do? Are they passionate about what they do? Are they going to get you to that next level? And so Jennifer says, remember, it costs up to 4 times an IT salary to replace an IT person at your company. Ooh, look at that. Jennifer coming in with the numbers. I'm going to read that again because we have a lot of people that will be listening to the audio on this one. Jennifer says, quote, remember, it costs up to 4, count them, 4 times an IT salary to replace an IT person at your company. I'm curious, and maybe you don't have the answer, or maybe you don't want to answer it live here, Jennifer, but I'm curious, what's an average IT salary that you might have seen or heard? I know that's a loaded question, and maybe that's not a good spot for that here, so it's okay if you need to pass. I'm just going to throw it out there, though. Jennifer says, retention is huge. I love that you said that because we're going to be talking about that. So I'm going to get a drink of water, and then we're going to start jumping into the 6 ways to keep your loyal employees. And I'm sure we're going to have more than 6, but these were just quick ones that I came up with. So this is a good group. I'm really excited. Really excited. And those who are watching the replay, be sure to comment and jump in, even if on the replay, because I want to talk to you. Jennifer says, $85,000 to $120,000 for IT. I will tell you all right now, I am way underbidding myself. I'm just going to say that. But yes, it's true. And that's the thing you guys have to think about, especially, and we're talking about all businesses here, nonprofits, small business, large business, entrepreneurs, like all of you guys, all of us are in this boat. We need IT. We need to have the tech support. We maybe only need a little bit, some of us. Some of us need a lot. And then some will be on the in-between. But understand that you need it. And if you think you don't, then we need to talk. We just need to talk. But you do, we all do. I even will need tech support at times, depending on what it is. That's okay. Because I know my tools, I know my resources. I know where to go and what to do and what to ask for. That's what you need to understand. Jennifer says, yes, you are ideal and undervalued. I'm glad I'm not the only one, Jennifer. Thank you. So really understand that, you guys, and I can't stress that enough, that it doesn't, you guys, we all just have to get around that factor that when you can hire somebody, and when I say when you can hire somebody, I'm saying you should hire somebody, whether it's me or somebody else, it doesn't matter. I'm not talking about that. The fact is you got to hire somebody that can do tech for you. But not just tech in most cases. What you want to make sure is, where's the communication at? Do they communicate well with you? Is there an open communication? Because I will tell you, that is the biggest thing that I see with people, is the lack of communication. The constant, well, I'm not sure where to go. What's happening? I don't know. Like, you have to have that follow-up, both you and the other person that you're hiring. And now this kind of talks about anybody you hire in this case, but we're talking about tech. Communication is huge. You have to have that open line of communication. And I don't mean like, hey, go ahead and text me and call me at 5 a.m. I'm not talking about that. Because if you have the open communication during regular business hours, you don't need to worry about that. And you don't need to have anybody's personal line because they're constantly in contact with you and you know what's going on and what's happening. So it's great. Jennifer says, Ed equals actually responsive IT. I should put that. I should put that somewhere on my site, I'm sure. But yeah, I will tell you guys that customer service, especially these days, if you can get somebody to help with your customer service, if you can nail your customer service in terms of the response time and being able to follow up with people, even if you don't know the answer yet, and you just let them know, hey, I'm still working on it. That goes a long, long way. I will tell you, one of my clients, I was working as their customer service rep while doing the tech side and helping with the marketing. And I can't tell you how appreciative everyone was, the client and the customers, to have just the simple response of, I will let you know as soon as I hear back from XYZ, because I had to go through into another program's support system for certain things that I couldn't handle because there was other information that I couldn't get into. So I'd have to push that off sometimes to a ticketing system for a larger company. Thankfully, they would get back to me either same day or the day after. So it wasn't too bad. But I still went through to follow up to let them know, hey, I got your response. I'm working on this. I will let you know as soon as I get something, and then I follow up. That's what you need, is somebody that's going to follow up. Now, they don't have to be there every 5 seconds, but you do need to have somebody that's in constant communication. So I'm just going to say that. So let's jump into the 6 ways that you can keep your loyal employees, even if you don't have employees. This still applies. So, and feel free, even if you're watching the replay, in the comments to share your tips, because it's not just me here, it's all of us. We're all going to be here and we're all going to be browsing these comments later, so keep that in mind. Number 1, this is a big one. Pay a decent wage. Again, we sort of talked about this, but you need to pay a decent wage. That you just have to. None of this, few bucks here and there. No, you need to pay a decent wage in order to get results. That works in business, that works in fitness. I will tell you right now, with my personal training stuff, you got to pay to see the results. You also got to do the work, of course, but that's all a combination there. So there's that. Jennifer says, sometimes it's much cheaper and better hire a freelancer than an employee. Yes, exactly. And therefore, you guys have to remember that you are going to probably pay a little more up front for freelancers because you're not paying for all the employee tax and everything that goes into that. Just saying. Jennifer says you can break your contract if they are a bad hire. That's a big one too. Very difficult to fire an employee unless they did something very wrong. Theft, drugs, safety issues. See, you guys, by the way, Jennifer, you guys got to be following Jennifer even if you're listening to the replay here. Definitely take a look at the comments and find Jennifer's profile so you can follow her because she's awesome. Everyone else here is too, of course. So number 1 is pay a decent wage. Number 2, recognize and celebrate greatness. That's often. I want you to do that often. I want you to understand that you need to recognize and celebrate greatness often. That's number 2 on the list. Why? Why is that important? Why is it important to recognize somebody's hard work? Exactly. Because it makes you feel good. It makes you feel noticed. It makes you stand out. You're not just a number. You're a human being. You did a good job, Mickey. Thank you. I appreciate your work. I've seen you've been working with the team. Your ideas are fantastic, and I just wanted to pause for a minute and just thank you. Makes you feel good, right? You're like, oh, go ahead and brush off my shoulders. Be walking up, being like, what's up, everyone? How you doing? I see you. I see you. Right? It makes your day. It makes you feel confident. It makes you walk a little taller, and you can walk in like you own the place. And you're just like, yeah, how can I help you? What can I do for you? Oh, yeah, I got you. I got you extra cream in that coffee too. Oh, you want another coffee? I'll go get it. No problem. That's because that's what we do around here. Like it just makes you feel good. See, Mickey's got it. Oh, good job. Jen, you got this. Perfect. So you want to recognize greatness often and notice their hard work. It's huge and you need to do it. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. For those of you who are like, oh, but Ed, it's just me. I don't have anybody to do that because I'm a single entrepreneur who's trying to make a living out here. That's why you need to be part of a community. You need to. You got to jump in because then you can actually have people who get it, who understand, and who can help celebrate with you. And that's why you also need to be posting that stuff on your personal Facebook. And if it's business related, post it on your business page. Like, show up, deliver, and engage. It's that easy. And I will tell you right now, join the Hey Ed community and you will be inspired, you will be motivated, and you will be around like-minded people. And if you do it before June 1st, you're going to get one hell of a deal. I'm just going to tell you that right now. So be a part of some community and get out there and be seen and get that recognition because it's important. At the very end of the day, if all you do is get noticed wherever you're at, that's payment. That's payment. We really don't. I mean, obviously, it'd be nice, of course, if we made extra money for our recognition, for our hard work, and we got those tips and stuff. I mean, that's always nice. But at the end of the day, we just want to be recognized. We just want to be understood, right? That's what we need to feel good and to know we can keep going. And that's why it's important for you to do that, especially if you're at the top. You got to be doing that with everyone around you because that's how they're going to survive. That's how you're going to survive and your business is going to survive. So keep that in mind. Jennifer says, these comments are so good that we both need to note them. I appreciate it. Good, good. Join the Hey Ed community. Jennifer says, you will laugh a lot too. Oh yeah, we have a good time in there. No joke. You guys, I will tell you, people freak out if they miss even a day in the community. I like that's a proud moment for me because I'm just like, what? This is awesome. It's just cool because it's not like it's school, but that's how I felt when I was in school. Like, no joke, you guys, I did not want to take any sick days because I loved school. Not so much the homework and the books and everything, but the playtime, the breaks, the recesses, the lunchtime, because I got to go hang out with people. I got to be around others and hang out. I was the kid that would be at my neighbor's house at 7:30, maybe even 7 a.m., knocking on the door. Hey, are you guys up? You ready to play? Are you home? Hello? And they're like, nobody answers. They're like, we don't get up before 9. So I was that kid. So what you're seeing here is just a little taste of everything. So keep that in mind. All right. So 1 was pay a decent wage. 2 was recognize and celebrate greatness often. 3, be a team player. Be a team player. Because you got to. Teamwork equals success, you guys. You've heard me say that over and over. Teamwork equals success. We cannot do this by ourselves, whether it's our own business or we're working in an organization. We can't do it by ourselves. We have to ask for help. We have to pull in resources, most of which are outside of the company, outside of the 4 walls that we're in. And you know what? That's not a bad thing. Especially if it's a large organization, that's a really good thing. When you can hire somebody to bring in with fresh eyes and a fresh perspective, oh, you're golden. Are you kidding me? Some of the ideas and the things that I want to do for certain clients are just like immediately they come to mind. And I'm like, okay, well, we got this project we're working on, but if we continue, I'm already ready to go for this one. Like that's what you want is that energy and that outlook, because that's what's going to take you to the next level. That's what you need. So don't be afraid to hire out. Let me just see in the comments real quick. Paul says, even though I know the replay will be available, I hate to miss hanging out with you guys. Oh, I know, Paula. No worries. I appreciate you being here. And I love the support. I appreciate it. So that's number 3, be a team player. Number 4, be open to new ideas. Be open to new ideas. I will tell you this right now. If you are not open to new ideas, you're going to go in the tank. That's all I'm going to say. I don't want to say fail because I don't like that word. But if you're not open to new ideas, it's not going to look good for you. Because this is what happens. And I will tell you, this has happened a long time ago with a company that I had worked for at one point. When you're not open to new ideas, it doesn't mean you have to implement them all. You just need to be open to them. But when you're not open to new ideas, you're closing the door on your growth. You're closing the door on the opportunities you, your business, your employees, your team, your audience has. It's just, think of it like this. Think of it like this. Let me bring it back down to a small scale. When you don't go live on Facebook, when you don't show up and deliver, you're holding people back from your greatness. You're not able to really shine, right? If I wasn't here right now doing this, all of you guys in the comments, name off a few, Jennifer, Paula, Mickey, Whitney, I'm sure, and a few others. I'm just kind of random names coming to mind now. But if I wasn't here right now, you wouldn't be able to get this information. You wouldn't be able to feel the energy. You wouldn't have some of those light bulbs go off. So that's why I started the show. That's why I started Ed Talk TV. I will be honest, there's certain days where I'm like, but I could take that time to do X, Y, Z. And I'm like, no, I still need to show up. That's why I went full-blown 5 days a week. Of course, that can always change at any point, but we're still at 5 days a week. And the reason I did that was because I needed consistency. You guys needed consistency. Plus, we also needed to have that time where we can just be here just to talk. Whatever comes to mind. And whoever shows up, shows up. And then once you get these 2 spots here, this third one is the biggest one. That's the one that will take you home. Takes you home. For those listening, I'm talking about engaging. That's the biggest one. That is what will take you home. But you can't get there until you do the first 2. And then there's a lot of work that goes in before you get to the first 2, right? But just giving you an overview there. So be open to new ideas because you got to do it. Because one of those ideas is the one that's going to take you to the next level. Am I taking Memorial Day off? Well, I haven't even gotten that far yet, Jennifer. That's a great question. I haven't gotten that far. I will probably say no because I don't have any plans at this point. But let's just say we'll play it by ear, and I will make a note on the Facebook page if I don't go live on Monday. Yeah, that's a good question. I didn't get that far. I will tell you that coming up in June, there'll be probably about a week where I will take off because we'll be on vacation. So there's that. So let's see. That was number 4. Number 5, and I'll recap all of these at the end for you guys just so you have them. So number 5, ask for feedback and, hold on, ask for feedback and be willing to accept it. Now some of you are probably scratching your heads like, well, why not just say ask for feedback, Ed? Because how many of you know or have done or have experienced where someone says, oh, yeah, if you have feedback, just let me know. And then you give that feedback and it's like, whoa, what? What'd you say? Why, are you serious? Like, why? Why do you think that? What's wrong with this? No, you need to be willing to ask and accept feedback. And what you need to do for your mindset is understand that feedback is your strengths and your opportunities. Once you wrap your head around that, then you can ask for feedback, and then you'll be willing to accept it because you know it's not criticism. You know that it's your strengths and opportunities, and you can filter through and apply what you need to. So that's a big one. Mickey says Memorial Day barbecue at Ed's house. Road trip, what? We'll do a big old, that would be so much fun at one point in time, having all you guys come over to a spot. Doesn't have to be my place, but comes to a really cool spot, and we do a huge like Ed Talk TV bash party. That would be awesome. See, we're already out there. When we get picked up by the big networks here, we'll make that a priority. So number 6, and again, I'll recap all these for you guys. This one's like the one that kind of got the idea going today. Don't pay your new hires the same wage or darn close to the same wage of your seasoned, loyal employees who work hard and have been with you for a long time. Can I get an amen on that one? Because here is what happens. And all of the time, I hear the same story, and I've experienced it too. And I'm talking about, your seasoned employees that are still in love with your brand, they're still working hard for you, and they're still showing up every day, delivering and engaging for you because they love what they do, they love you, they love your business, and they basically die for you. I'm talking about those employees, not the ones that have been there, no offense, but if you've been there for a long time and you're kind of like, well, I clocked in. Well, I got another 8 hours before I can clock out. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about your diehards here, the ones that really do the work. And what I want you to understand is, and maybe Jennifer, you have insight on this too. I don't know. Maybe there's something behind this, but from what I know and what I'm telling you, all of you and corporations who are actually watching this and listening, is when you have loyal employees that don't mess around, that are there for you and are at the forefront of your business and are the face of your business, you need to be paying them the top dollar, not a newbie. Sorry, newbies, but you got to earn those ranks. You got to put in the work. You got to start at the bottom and then you get here, right? We all do that. So what drives me crazy is when you've worked for a company, I'll just make up the number of, we'll say 3 to 5 years. Maybe a little longer, but it's probably about that 3 to 5 year mark. You've worked 3 or 5 years for that company. You're great. You do everything that's needed. You're team player XYZ. You're just the best, right? You're better than all the rest. And then from there, you get, new hire. We'll just say new hire Mickey. There you go. New hire Mickey comes in, and they're going to hire her at $16 an hour. Listen, you started at $14 an hour 3 years ago, and you're now barely at $17.50 an hour. Why the hell is she starting at, what did I say, 14 or $15 an hour? Like, what? What are you talking about? It makes no sense. It makes no sense. I don't understand why it's so backwards. Like, we're going to pay a fresh newbie who's not experienced in what we have to do, who's brand new, who we don't even know is going to stay with us very long. We're going to pay them a higher wage or close to a higher wage as some of our seasoned employees who are diehards for our company, know all the ins and outs, and does everything for us. And then basically we're saying, well, after a couple years, you need to quit and then rehire so that we can get you that pay bump. In what world does that make any flippin' sense? None whatsoever. Now I got to check the comments because I know Jennifer's got something here. Jennifer says, many seasoned employees have not received enough raises over the years. It's so true. You guys, that is the biggest mistake. And I just don't understand why it keeps happening and why large companies especially can't figure that out. Why? I don't understand. Jennifer says, so new people negotiate at the beginning of their employment and companies are so desperate to pay the rate so they can get their new talent. That is true. I can see that happening. Jennifer says, uneducated hiring managers go after shiny instead of true and steady. Yes, that is so true. And that's, you guys, and I'll recap all 6 here in a second, but if you got nothing else out of this, and you are hiring or you have somebody that it hires for you or whatever, just understand that that is probably the number one most frustrating thing for a person who works for you, who loves your company, who sees the vision, who is willing to put their blood, sweat, and tears in for you every day that they're required to show up. And to find out, and this doesn't mean to keep it secret from them, because they will find out. We all find out. It's not to keep it a secret. You should just be upfront and transparent and be like, listen, you're good. I gotta bump you. I'm sorry, but I gotta bump you to the next pay. And hey, you're good, and I really do want to hire you, but you have to understand this is what we can afford to pay. And again, that kind of goes to that whole lowballing stuff too, right? A friend did some research for jobs and shared with me that there is I don't want to give out the job. I'm just going to kind of summarize trying to think of what the title I want to say for it. We'll just say a media coordinator. I didn't read the job description, but what was translated to me was volunteer/media coordinator. I was like, you can tell. I'm like, what? How the hell are you going to put volunteer/media coordinator? That's 2 completely separate things. Free, and you better be paying. Because media coordinator, in my mind, when I read that, I'm like, they need to be good. They need to hold the keys to the little kingdom there. And if you're just hiring a volunteer to do that, what do they have? What are they investing in? What do they have? What skin are they putting in the game there? Cool, you're going to give them something free in exchange or access to something? Big whoop. They're holding the keys to all of your media people that are coming to your event. An event that you're probably having people pay for. And if not, you're still going to get some kind of coverage. You know what I'm saying? Don't be cheap or weird like that. And a lot of job posts are I haven't even looked at them recently because a lot of them I am afraid to look at them because I know how bad some of them are. Like $10 an hour for, XYZ that should be at least 20 an hour. It just doesn't make any sense. And so there's a lot going on, and I know I can't fix the world, but it's the conversations we need to be having, right? Jennifer says, there are more open jobs than people looking for a job first time in decades, which is good to hear. That is really good to hear. It will get worse as the talent shortage turns desperate. Exactly. That's why it's important that you guys study, have that personal development time, because it only makes you stronger and better and more valuable. Jennifer says social media specialist. Someone needs a good HR person to help them with their job descriptions. That's what I'm talking about, Jennifer. They need to be calling you. I'm like, I can see that there is something real wrong with that picture. And I even told my friend, I was like, yeah, no, I'm not trying to work for free, and you shouldn't be either for that kind of a position. No. Even if I put myself in the prospect that they're looking for, because I know more details about it than I'm sharing. But even if I put myself in the prospect's shoes, yes, that would be a great opportunity for that person if they're very involved and very in that zone, because it's like an internship, right? But still, given what it's for, I know what it's for. Given what I know it's for, that is not something that you want to volunteer for. That is not. You need to have a paid person who then has a volunteer that they can coordinate with. That's how you do it. But you don't get a volunteer for a big position like that. Just like you wouldn't get a volunteer for your social media coverage, right? You might hire an intern, like a student in school who's studying that, so that you can help educate them and they can educate you. That's different. But you don't hire a volunteer to do your social media. Like, you need somebody that trains them, that can work with them. And if that's not you, then you hire out. Does that make sense? Paul says, wow, media coordinator sounds like a salary to me, definitely not free. Thank you. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And so it's a lot of twisted out there. It's really crazy. Jennifer says, but free or volunteers get people in trouble as they can get into a wage and pay claim through the Department of Labor. Yeah, see, there's another thing, which is why I don't know if this changes for state to state or whatever, but there was something about a while back that you can't get really interns for free anymore, which was interesting to me. And maybe that was just, I can't remember the situation or whatever, but I was like, wait, what? I was doing internship for free for a long time, I'm pretty sure, when I was younger. So it was just really, really different. Uh, Same thing with internships. So many lawsuits have come with these positions. Interns does not mean free. Oh, there you go. See, I had to catch up with the comments. There are so many laws of internships that people don't follow. Yeah, the internships, and I bet you also independent contractors, right? Right, Jennifer? That's another big one for a lot of companies. Get a third party or freelancer and treat them not the same as employees. Yeah. Mickey says, I just told a very good client, quote, not everyone can afford a Mickey, and that's okay, quote. I love that, Mickey. That's good. The client called back and agreed to the higher rate. And that's the thing, you guys. That's the thing. You know what? I think I even put on the updated Check with Ed site, you guys can see it there. I think I put towards the end of my short bio where I put, if you think you can't afford me, think again. Look at what you're getting, business, marketing, customer service, tech. I mean, it's ridiculous. So, you have to know what you're worth and what you're putting out there. And you also have to do the work. And you guys know, I am constantly doing personal development. I'm constantly keeping up with the news, social media, tech, all this stuff. And the jobs that I've had ever since I was like 5 have all played a part into where I'm at now. And I continue to work on those skills and strengthen those for whoever I come into contact with and wherever I need to go and adapt. That's what you need. Sista said, this reminds me of military ranking system where you must earn the ranks according to knowledge. Respect and pay is gained and higher as you go and up in the chain. Oh, perfect. That's cool. No worries. That was perfect. I love that. That's a really, really awesome way to look at it. I'll put that on the screen here for a minute. So there's that. For those joining, be sure to jump in the comments. Don't be shy. Jennifer says there was a big lawsuit last year that made the DOL change the rules of internships. Oh, okay, perfect. Erica's in the house. What? This is what makes the Hey Ed membership worth every cent. Yeah, I will tell you. We know that we got a good deal going on right now, right? I mean, even when the price goes up in June, it's still one hell of a deal, and I'm not just saying that to toot my own horn. It is. But real quick, I'm going to take a sip of water, and then we're going to recap all 6 of these before I let you guys go. Water's so good. Okay. So, the 6 ways you can keep your loyal employees. We're going to run through this list. Number 1, pay a decent wage. Number 2, recognize and celebrate greatness often. Number 3, be a team player. Number 4, be open to new ideas. Number 5, ask for feedback and be willing to accept it. Remember, feedback is strengths and opportunities. And number 6, don't pay new hires a higher wage and or similar wage to those of your seasoned, loyal employees who will show up and do what is asked of them every day, every year, over and over for you. It's an insult and it kills us. I say us because I used to be in the 9 to 5 and I used to get that same thing. So understand that it is important that you don't start somebody at the same wage or close to the same wage as your loyal employees who are putting in the work. It pisses us off and it just is an insult. That's all it is. So understand that. So perfect. That's what I had for you guys. Oh, what a great day. I'm so glad you guys were here, and that the replay viewers, I will catch up with you in the comments as well. I'm really happy that we talked about this and had this conversation. I feel better. How about you guys? Erica's like, yeah, reframe it. Got it. Whoop, whoop. So anyway, if you guys need anything, you know where to find me here on the page. If you need a community, you need to be checking out checkwithed.com. You can see on there the Hey Ed blurb. You click on that button, boom, you'll see the sales page. You can look at it and learn from it. But just know that it's the place to be, as you can see in the comments. So there it is. Jennifer says, also make sure you pay the same no matter what the gender. Ooh, mic drop, boom. That was supposed to be a little mic drop noise. Yeah, that's a big one. That's a big one. Hey, we're all doing the same work. We might as well all get paid the same, right? Let's just do it. Even if they have a spouse who is working for you, perfect. So you guys are awesome. I don't want to clap too loud because then the dogs get too crazy. So anyway, I hope you guys have a fantastic night and that this was great for you as well. And we'll see you back here tomorrow. Enjoy, and I'll see you, some of you guys back in the group. Take care.